Welcome back, everyone. It's your boy, Mr. Popo, as we continue on to Lilycove City to spend all of our daddy's allowance. Oh, wait. It was earned by us. I'm sorry. The proper way to respond to that is... Editor Drak wants to edit in more Gundam stuff? Wonderful! Alex just does not understand the concept of Editor Drak.
Nope.
He does not.
I don't.
But it's okay. Because we forgive him.
This time.
Welcome back to Pokemon Emerald. So yeah, we are on our way to Lilycove City to go and have a little bit of a shopping spree. I'm not even gonna lie. A lot of my money is gonna get spent there.
I'm gonna go stock up on some items.
Items, TMs, and everything like that. Basically, I'm actually gonna be utilizing a lot of the TMs you can buy to customize some Pokemon. So maybe these Pokemon might be able to handle more than you thought. That's the thought, anyway. And so welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody's had a good week. Me, not so much. Because I gotta get up at 3 in the morning and take care of the kid. And then I gotta try and go back to bed. What's the evil eye for? And Andrea, what's the evil eye for? You're getting up right along with me.
More like you're getting up along with me.
She's got you there, but...
So I'm usually the one that gets up first.
No, there's 50-50 there. I've gotten up before you, and then eventually you're up and you stay up.
True.
Oh, by the way, so this is actually the Safari Zone for Hoenn. People might be disappointed. I don't go in.
Yeah, there's not much point.
Yeah, well, and on top of that, the Pokemon that this offers really don't change the equation of my team that much. So at that point, I just don't see the point. But also to the south is actually where you go to Mount Pyre, which kind of starts up the end game, roughly, of the story of Hoenn. Is that an appropriate word? The end game? Where eventually Team Rocket and... Or, not Team Rocket,
Magma.
but Magma and Aqua's ambitions are realized. And
Yeah.
you have to go fix it. I don't want to call the Elite Four the main story here, because you've been doing Elite Four for years. That's just how you complete these games. That's the way it goes. But yeah, so we're actually, after Lilycove, I think we're going to be heading to Mount Pyre to start that up. And the cool part about this particular game is that unlike Ruby and Sapphire, where I think it restricts you, and you only get to fight your opposing one. So I think for Ruby it was Magma. You only went to the Magma hideout. In Emerald, you get access to both. And you're actually able to clear them both out. Which means Emerald is overpowered because of the raw experience that you can get from trainers.
Yeah, pretty much.
So there you go. Do you wonder now, people, why they don't do third iterations? Unless they're their own storytelling experience.
Yeah.
That's why they don't do it anymore.
But yeah, but some people like the third. You know, the...
Let's clarify that statement a little bit. You like them.
Well, because you get to have a variety of both that were...
I think if you can incorporate a really cool element to it, like say, Crystal was the first one that ever gave a female trainer. That's a cool element.
Also expanded on the story of Gold and Silver.
Yeah. Or in the case of Platinum, where instead of following Arceus, you followed Giratina. Or not followed, but you actually... I'm sorry, Poke God. It's the god of Pokemon, I don't care. But no, you actually had an arc involving Giratina, which I don't believe was in Gen 4. So, or in Diamond and Pearl. So you had that as something new and unique. Black 2 and White 2 gave you, even though you were starting from a different point in the map, it still gave you your own unique Pokemon journey.
Shadow.
But Shadow what?
I said Pucciana.
Oh, for a second there, I thought you were starting to like up your own argument, going, but Shadow.
No.
Because I was about to go, but Drak. Isn't that just lazy game design? No, not really. I mean, yeah, you're incorporating the same map, but if you're trying to tell a different story within it, can't really call that lazy game design. I don't know. Am I wrong?
I don't know.
I don't call it that. Like, if you're reusing assets, that's fine. I've seen plenty of games that tried to do that. For crying out loud, I mean, that's calling Mario lazy for reusing Peach's castle.
Yeah, but it doesn't just reuse Peach's castle. It's
no, they don't just do it, but they've done it before. So at that point, are you saying, like, okay, so Mario 1, since it was the first one that used Peach's castle, everything after that is lazy? No.
Did it ever use Peach's castle in the first Mario?
Technically, but...
I thought it was just generic.
It was generic castle number 35, you know. That's the way it went. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, yeah, that's exactly what it was. But no, technically, there was a Peach's castle. And then 64 redid it. Well, actually, Mario 3 redid it to make it a little bit better. And then Peach's castle gave you a 3D rendition. So what you're saying is those are copycats? No. They all did their own thing. Hyrule Castle is different in each game. There may be similar elements, but yeah, it's Hyrule Castle.
Hyrule Castle, yo.
That's just the way it goes. Sometimes you just have to kind of adapt on that formula. So at that point, if you have major franchises that are doing it, I mean, here's a perfect example of why I don't consider it that. I've made it very clear. I'm a very big fan of Final Fantasy. Occasionally, we get sequel games for that particular game. And that's reusing assets. Sometimes you're updating them, but sometimes you're going, like in the case of Final Fantasy X-2, you're going through the same world as Final Fantasy X, just 1 year later.
Yeah.
So things have changed, but it's still the same map.
Yeah.
So you're saying that's lazy game design?
Well, games are built off their previous assets.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no problem off of it. In fact, a lot of, like, the thing that a lot of people don't want to admit is when we were making that ever so vaunted jump to 3D, well, how were you going to get there? You had to use the concept art for the original games.
Yeah.
You had to visualize it, and you'd been visualizing it for years. It's almost like it was a thing.
It was a thing that was a thing.
I don't know. I don't know why we're talking like this either.
I don't know.
I don't know anymore. So, yeah, that's kind of my viewpoint on the matter. Like, I don't mind the third games as long as they have something new and unique to add to the formula. When they don't, then, yeah, they're lazy rehashes, for lack of a better term. We're going to completely ignore the fact that my PC will not leave me alone on a freaking app that I don't even want to begin with and I can't uninstall. Damn it, freaking Christmas. Okay, there we go. Did we break the fourth wall? Yes. Yes.
We shattered it.
We shattered it with a hammer. So. Pokemon.
Hello, fellow Pokemon trainer. What do you like to have a short starter? Yes, I see. Ooh. It's a perfectly good starter.
Oh my God. And what do you think of your uncle's cousin's former roommate?
I agree, fellow Pokemon trainer.
And just for good measure, we actually shocked a couple of people. It was like, Alex can't roll his R's?
I can't roll R's now.
He cannot.
That's why I can't ever learn Spanish. I can't roll R's.
And yet I can roll R's. I don't know Spanish.
Well, if you wanted to learn Spanish, you'd have an advantage because you can roll your R's.
Yes, but that would have involved going to an extra class at school. That wasn't going to work. It's not that I hate people. It really isn't. It's that I hated school.
You just hate people and school.
No, the hating people thing kind of happened in my 20s. Then I started hating people. I didn't care about people I didn't care about people in school. I was just more pissed off that I was at school. That's the way that went. So, really quick, we have a little bit of business to sweep under the rug, Alex.
Oh, dear.
Because one of our viewers actually did ask a fair question.
Okay.
Earlier this year, we made a promise. That promise was that we were going to start streaming. We did one stream, and we never went back. So, this is kind of a multi-pronged question.
Okay.
Are we still planning on streaming?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why aren't we doing it? Baby.
Yeah.
That's my reasoning. Alex, do you have another reason for it?
Because, baby.
Yes.
Because I do my streaming with you.
Yes, and therefore, my ultimate reasoning, like, first of all, the main reason we couldn't do it before baby was because our hardware wasn't working out. We were having issues. Left and right, in all honesty. Like, all the stuff that we even recorded in our first stream wasn't usable. So that's kind of the sad thing, and we'll make it up to you guys because we want to be able to do that playthrough again. Because, yeah, we're not done with Shadow of the Colossus, by the way. That's happening.
Yeah.
But now that the baby is here, we kind of have to wait another couple of months until the dependency that my second daughter has with mommy can be kind of alleviated, and therefore maybe we'll be able to do something around that. Until then, you might be waiting just a little bit longer, but we still are planning on streaming. Here's the second part of that question. Will you continue to stream on Twitch? I think the plan is... We've bounced this back and forth. Our audience is on YouTube. But at the same time, we would love to expand into Twitch to be able to see if we can expand that audience there. So I guess now, here's the thing. Our hardware problems have since been solved. As you guys can see, because I did a live stream of Dark Souls. They've since been solved.
Yeah.
So at that point, we could do it. But I guess the real question is, do we do it? And at this point, I'm not against going back to Twitch.
I'm up for Twitch.
And then now we can properly record it, so then at that point we can put our streams up on YouTube.
Yeah.
A little bit more edited kind of thing. So like you guys don't, like, the YouTube audience doesn't have to deal with the pauses and everything like that. You guys don't have to worry about that. So that should answer the question. Like, yes, we do want to come back to Twitch. And then also, what are your plans for streaming? I think we've pretty much decided that because of the problems with Shadow of the Colossus, we're probably going to go in a different direction with Shadows. It's going to get done, but it's going to be gotten done in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
I think our first one, well, we don't want to spoil it, do we?
No, let's go ahead and say it.
We actually got a fan request to do, and I can't even believe I'm saying this, Animal Crossing.
What's wrong with Animal Crossing?
Nothing.
Yes, there's a problem. The game doesn't end.
Oh yeah, it's like dark.
There's no ending.
It's like what's that game?
Harvest Moon.
Harvest Moon. Well, the one you're thinking of is Stardew Valley.
That's it.
Yeah, it doesn't end. And so at that point, yeah, that's a problem.
Not really.
It means the Let's Play can never end.
It's just that's why it makes a better stream than it does a Let's Play, because it's like, we can just pick it up whenever and keep coming back to it.
Exactly. And I think that's pretty much kind of our direction that's going to be going into streaming from here on.
Well, we'll do other games too.
Yeah. But I think a lot of the games that we're going to do while streaming, for lack of a better term, will be a little bit more open-ended. And so at that point, it's not necessarily worried about, like, we might still tackle a Let's Play on there, but it's going to be a little bit kind of thing. And most of the time we want to try and tackle something a little bit more open-ended so that we can focus on, in my opinion, what would be the focus of the streams, you guys. Being able to talk with you guys and have some fun with you guys. Because that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
We weren't just looking to add another Let's Play to our repertoire, okay? We already have enough days. we already have way too many days right now. But yeah, so that's going to be coming back. And actually, another request that this just barely came to me via friends is They know that I've actually been working my butt off to get somewhat good at Dragon Ball Fighters. Enough so that I can contend online.
Yeah.
And have asked, like, can we see your journey on stream? And at that point, yeah, maybe I'll bring that to the table. Like, just for one session or 1 or 2 sessions every now and then, I'll play on my lineups on Dragon Ball Fighters. That's the cool part here, is like, we can just continually add stuff and it's all going to be awesome, and screw you, May, we're not going to talk to you yet. But yeah, we don't necessarily need to just tackle games that we would tackle on any other day. And that's why Animal Crossing works in the streaming format.
Right.
Is occasionally we can make this fun by waiting a month and then never doing anything.
Oh, hey, are you shopping too? I bought a whole bunch of dolls and posters. That's me after an anime con. Of course, I've caught a bunch of Pokemon and I'm raising them properly too.
No animal abuse here.
Actually, I'm more worried if you're raising Pokemon properly, Drak.
You should be.
I'll battle with you so you can show me your Pokemon, Drak. The Pokemon I raised will be beaten by your Pokemon, Drak. I love how she has to constantly say your name.
Thank you. She gave me the shaft.
Drak. That's Flash.
But hey, dear YouTube, that's how you say my name. There's no more Drake anymore on YouTube. It's Drak. I don't know why, but a bunch of our friends on YouTube will not learn and still occasionally call me Drake.
The Drake.
Do I look like a Drake to you?
Got to love the Drake.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the love for the Drake. But I'm Drak.
I hate the Drake.
That's why you love Drak. So yeah, hopefully that answers a couple of questions about streaming. Yes, it's coming back. Do we know when? No.
So
but it's coming back.
And then not too distant future, next Sunday AD.
Next Sunday AD.
Yeah. In the not too distant
So what you're
future.
saying is that it's coming back in the Sunday of the year 20XX?
Possibly.
All right. That'd be awesome. Then here's another streaming question for it. Will you take on modern games? That's a tougher question to answer.
Yeah, maybe.
If it allows, then sure. If they make really good Let's Plays, then I kind of want to move them to the other ones. But like, this is something that people have been asking me on my channel for a while. Is like, the review footage that you gather, could you bring it on to Twitch and we'll share in it with you? The problem is that in order to make it unique to Twitch, is that you have to add your camera, and that kind of wrecks the footage in my mind.
Yeah.
And I don't want to set up a whole other different recording interface to use up resources on my computer of just the game screen.
Well, then don't use your camera.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem that I had. But people want to see like my genuine reactions on Twitch.
Oh.
And that's where we run into the conundrum. I have, however, thought about doing like retro reviews that way. Because people might not know this, but I actually am going to start doing retro reviews on the channel.
Retro reviews.
Basically games I still haven't played.
I remember the battle. That battle helped you become strong, Drak, didn't it?
Yes. Drak!
I'm thinking of going back to Little Root soon. I caught a decent group of Pokemon and my Pokedex is coming along, so I'm going to home to show my dad. Drak, what are you going to do? Collect all the gym badges and take the Pokemon League challenge?
Yeah.
Well, while you're collecting badges, Drak, I'll work to complete my Pokedex. I'll complete it before you.
Drak!
See you, Drak.
Exactly.
She says your name a lot.
She does, in fact, say my name a lot. I'm starting to wonder if she has a little bit of a crush on it.
Maybe
She does.
She's hot for you.
She's like the Laura Bailey for you.
Andrea,
What?
why are you making my life harder?
Even though May was voiced by Veronica Taylor.
Yes.
Welcome to Lilycove Department
Yeah,
Store.
so by the way, we are in Lilycove City, and now we can actually go and start getting some of the awesome stuff in the Lilycove Department Store. We're going to start things off, obviously, with regular items, but eventually we're going to make our way up to the TM person, where, again, I'm going to be customizing some Pokemon, not just for future gym battles, but also possibly for the Elite Four. The only thing I forgot to get from this particular store is the Ice Heal. I should have gotten that. Eventually, that's going to be a thing, and I'm going to have to worry about it constantly.
I wouldn't worry that much.
And then eventually I'll probably have to come back and get the max potions too.
If you
but I guess you'll have to wait to see what I bought until next week.